What's going on, everyone? ODC here, and I'm back with another action figure review. Today's review, we're going to take a look at the G.I. Joe FSS ALPINE. This is a figure that I've had for quite a while, and I'm just getting around to reviewing it now. I think he's a fun little figure. I don't think he's anything too crazy. Definitely don't think that he's probably going to be on a lot of people's lists as far as like a holy grail or anything like that. But I will say he is the superior figure as far as range of motion, articulation, and than the original release, which was from, I believe, the 25th anniversary box set or 50th anniversary box set. That one was just a unholy mess of a figure. The gauntlets, there was only a gauntlet swivel, I believe, and the arm coverings really kind of were weird. The hands were really weird, the way the wrists kind of sit, and it looked good, but it was far from good. It was really just a trash figure. I would completely skip that figure entirely. I think this is the superior figure. Now, I've made my own Marauders Alpine, and I think obviously that is superior to this, but if you're going for a Hasbro release, I would say this is probably the better release from the FSS Club. I think I got this guy for like under 30 bucks way back. I don't know what he commands now on the secondary market, but if you can get him for 30 bucks or less, I would say go for it. I'm not really sure FSS figures. It's been a while since I've kind of checked up on how much 3 3/4 inch G.I. Joes are going for, especially modern ones. But I think this is a fun little figure. He comes with very simple things. He comes with a submachine gun. He comes with his backpack. He comes with his bandolier rope. He does come with goggles that are removable. And he also comes with, like I said, the backpack, if I didn't say that, I can't remember if I just did, and this kind of like pick, this like climbing pick. It's a little bit large, and by a little bit, I mean a lot large. But I think it fits the kind of gimmick that they were going for, which is if you undo this rope and you hang this part on something and you keep this plugged into his back, it looks like he's about to ascend up and he's climbing up something, and he's kind of got his rope anchoring him. So that's a pretty cool thing to have as far as like a little aesthetic. But the submachine gun, I've never been a big fan of this submachine gun, just the way it's sculpted, just because the way it sits in most people's hands, it kind of sits kind of like it's pointing downward. It's just a weird mold the way it is. I get it. It's the aesthetic of the actual real gun, but I'm just never a big fan of it. It does fit, it's something that Alpine would have. Kind of upset that he didn't come with like a sidearm or something like that. That's a little weird, but if I was making like an ultimate Alpine figure, he would come with a bunch of different stuff. So, but that would just be me celebrating a figure as a fan. But I like the body. The body's using some pieces from the Quinn action figure. I'm not sure what the upper torso is used. I think it's from something different. But yeah, the legs are definitely from Quinn. And then for the head sculpt, it's an all-new head sculpt. And I'll just bring him in here so you guys can see. Look how happy he looks. He looks like he's not like upset. He's not like enraged. He just looks like he's about to go on an adventure. And I really like that. I like just the genuine smile that he's got. He just looks like a fun guy. He can sit down, have a beer with, let's go mountain climbing. Why the hell not? Sounds like a great idea. Sounds pretty cool. The harness is from, I believe, initially was given to us from the 25th anniversary Sergeant Airborne action figure. So that's what the harness is from. You can see he's got the little carabiner kind of all painted up. He's got the little pouch painted up green on the side there. His boots are green. He's got like a little gray for his laces and such for the boots. He's got the high socks on. When you got the high socks on, you're about to go do some shit, I like these shorts. They're kind of like climbing shorts, or like cargo shorts, so you can hold extra stuff in there, or string, or wire, or whatever you need. Whatever goes in cargo shorts. He's got this upper torso piece. I really like the green shirt. Let me just put his arms down so you guys can see all of that. He's got this green shirt. Looks very, tactical, I guess. As tactical as you can get here for Alpine. But he's got the Joe logo on his chest right there. And then he's got the kind of thermal turtleneck kind of poking out the top, which looks pretty cool. You don't want to be too cold when you're, the higher up you get, the colder it's going to get, But I like the face sculpt. It's like I said, new head sculpt. You can take the goggles off. They are a separate piece, and you can see the Alpine signature hat that he's got there with that kind of like ridged spine going down the hat. Looks really cool. So, trying to get the goggles on his actual face, you can get them on there. I just don't want to stretch the plastic just because it's a little bit cumbersome to try and get that stretched over the hat, and then these snap off and then it's broken. So, with that being said, I just kind of put them around his neck, or you can put them on his hat like I had initially. The no weapon storage for the gun here. The only weapon storage he really has is for the pick, or the climbing tool, whatever you want to call it. I guess you could fit this in here in the hook. Kind of leave it right there like that. It looks a little weird, but I guess if you wanted to, it does have full weapon storage. You'll just have to store them one at a time. He can hold everything that he needs to. As far as that goes, he can hold the climbing tool. And like I said, if you just unravel this, okay, and there you go. Kind of got that anchored up there. It's holding on. He's holding on to the side there, and he's about to climb up. Looks pretty good. So if you want to get him climbing up, you could do it the gimmicky way, or you could, grab one of Snow Job's ice picks and kind of have him go the natural way up, and maybe take that apparatus off the belt and just use your imagination and have him just using rope. Or what you could do is you could grab yourself some twine and use that as some like thicker rope, and probably actually grab it better with those hands. The hands on him are pretty decent for the most part, even with some of those older Joe figures. They didn't have the best hands to grip, and the thumbs were a little bit weird, but he grips pretty well, so no issues there. Okay, as far as his articulation, his head can swivel to full 360 rotation if you needed to. His head can look up about that far. His head can look down. It can pivot side to side. Let's see if he's got some jive turkeys up in here. No turkeys, no gobbles. Arms can go up about that far. Arms go down, swivel, single bend at the elbow. Really good range of motion though, a little bit more than 90 degrees. There's a swivel at the wrist. He has a vertical hinge joint on this side and a lateral hinge joint on the other side. He does have a diaphragm joint which crunches forward and back. It can pivot side to side a little bit, and it can swivel as well. The legs can go forward. It is a little bit hindered due to the harness, but if you get it in the right area, it doesn't really hinder too much, so he can still kick nicely. So no issues there too much. Legs go down, double jointed knees as far as that's concerned. Kind of only gets 90 degrees though in that knee, just due to the sculpting of the cargo shorts here. And then he points the toe decently. He points his heel halfway decently, and he does have a swivel at the ankle. So that's pretty much his articulation right there. So for my final thoughts on the FSS mountain climbing Alpine action figure, I gotta say he's a really nice figure. He's definitely going to be a very niche pickup, to say the least. But I think he's fun. If you're an Alpine fan, you're probably going to want to pick this up, or you probably already have him. But I would say Don't go crazy spending money on him. He's a fun looking action figure. I like his little smile smirk that he's got, and I've always liked Alpine, and I've always kind of liked this, I don't know, different look for him. It just looks a little bit like maybe he's on his off day, but he's still coming well prepared because he's a Joe and they're always prepared. Or maybe it's just this is what the mission called for, is this type of setup. But I think he's a really fun figure, and one that doesn't really get talked about too much. Maybe a lot of people don't like it, but I think he's the superior figure from that 50th anniversary figure that was offered. And I'm going to stick to my guns on that. I would say stick around the $30 or less with him if you can find a deal for that. I'm not sure what he kind of really is asking, people are asking for on the secondary market for him. It might be more, but yeah, I still think he's a fun little figure, and if you're into something a little bit different as far as a aesthetic, I feel like this can fit in with your Pursuit of Cobra G.I. Joes. Maybe this is kind of Alpine's Pursuit of Cobra look, and I think that would fit in really well with that over the 50th anniversary look, which is more of his normal look. So, but that's gonna be pretty much it for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.